Hello everyone, welcome to the live streams of Global Trade Live. Today is 25th May and we are in London session right now, so let's get started. Okay, looks like all the currencies are moving up here. Let's see how the graphs are plotted today. Okay. Hey Mr. Hanky, how are you? Okay, so you are saying I took a stupid gold trade today, lol, 1% loss. But that's okay. You can risk 1%. No problem. Just don't get affected with that. Just stay calm, find another important opportunity and trade that. So let's just analyze GBP JPY over here. Let's see. Okay, so looks like GBP weekly candle is just moving up now, creating a lower wick over here. So looks like it can go in a buy direction, and daily time frame is also kind of a bullish in a bullish momentum today, as today's daily candle is just moving up and it has just crossed above the previous candle, and now it's going to going till the resistance at this point. So let's switch to 4 hour over here. Okay, so 4 hour looks like it has just changed its direction over here, and it's kind of in a this range over here. Let's just draw these lines. Yeah, so I think according to the 4 hour we should be tapping into this in this trend line soon. Hey Brandon, good morning, how are you? So we can just tap into this trend line over here according to the 4 hour. So let's just switch to the 1 hour over here. Okay, so in the 1 hour time frame it looks like it was making some sort of symmetry over here, but the thing is GBP/JPY moves are really not clean. Look at these wicks over here, everywhere they are long wicks, but not the clean bodies. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, okay, so let's just draw our levels over here. So we have this resistance over here, and the last 1 hour candle just rejected this resistance at this point, and this candle is just struggling to move up. So the thing is, we have this clean area on the upside and we have this long wick over here which can be filled, yeah. So if I join these areas together, then I think this wick can be filled, yeah. But for the safer side we will be calculating this range only. Let's see. Okay, so we have this 17-18 pips of range, and we know that the market is currently moving in a in, I don't know what this pattern is known as, but maybe whatever is the pattern, but we can just go to upper trend line, because we have also making this kind of symmetry over here. The same moves is happening here: small candles, big wicks, small candle, big wicks. So once the 1 hour candle, which has 7 minutes, passed away in this candle, so if the 1 hour candle just crosses above this wick over here, then GBP/JPY can possibly go up till 17 to 18 pips at least. Hey Mr. Mohammed, how are you? Oh, you're not late, we have just started. Mr. Hank is saying you on detention now, Mohammed. Alright. So let's just switch to 30 minutes here. Let's see. Okay, so 30 minutes is kind of, more choppy here. 30 minutes is something I'm worrying about, because here's this resistance at this point, 7.5 pips away, and if we take a buy above this point, then okay, so that then also we have enough range. That's good. So I think what we can do is we can just adjust our resistance level at this point, above which we have this clean range. Let's see what it looks like in 1 hour. Okay, so in the 1 hour it looks like this. Alright, let's see. Okay, so the thing is, I will take this as a minor resistance over here, because the thing is, look at the structure over here. The market came down, moved up, came down, again moved up, right? So if we draw the trend line from these 2 points, we will be getting this point somewhere here, right? And if we join these 2 points together, then this is the line we are getting, right? And the market is respecting this area, rejecting this area, and same what it did here, plus the symmetry thing is also there, and the market is moving up. And if we go to the daily is also moving up, and in weekly also we are approaching towards the upward resistance. So I think we can possibly take a buy once the 1 hour candle is crossing above the previous candle's wick. That can be a good buy for us, because look, here's the thing. So the market just created a support over here, went up, came down, created another support, went up, came down, and I think it's creating another support here. So the market is the candles moves up from a support, we all know that, right? So what I am thinking is, if this candle respects the previous candle low and crosses above the previous candle's high, then there is a very high chance that GBJPY will be moving up. So if we are going to take a trade at that point, then I think let's just calculate the stop loss first. So if we are going to take an impulse entry, then it will be around 14 pips. I think for this setup, 14 pips is quite high for me, because I am not willing to risk 14 pips in this setup. So let's just see how can we just reduce the stop loss here. So Mr. Mohammed Kareem is saying higher highs and higher lows. Yeah, that's true. It's just making higher highs and higher lows. So if this candle, 30-minute candle, closes bullish or breaks above this high over here, then what we are going to do is, I'm going to just see if I can just minimize my stop loss in 15 minutes or not. So 5 minutes left for the 15-minute candle to close, and I think this 15-minute candle should be closing above this area. So if this 15-minute candle closes bullish and the next 15-minute candle breaks these highs over here, then that will be a second confirmations for us to execute a buy trade. So that's the whole idea here. So it looks like the candle is about to break the high, but I'll wait for this candle to close, and after that I'm going to take a buy. Not before that. Not before that. So let's look at the gold. Damn, look at this indicator over here. I was just messing around yesterday. So let's just remove this thing over here. Okay, so let's just get some help with these indicators over here. Let's check. Okay, so looks like it's saying buy, and this indicator is also saying that it's a buy. So I think, and we are also thinking that it's a buy, right? So let's see if it goes in a buy or not. It has just gave us this buy signal over here. These are nothing but the moving averages only and some modifications here. Okay, gold looks like coming down over here. Let's go to the weekly. Weekly time frame is just not doing anything. It's just going up, going down. Siddharth Kushal is saying EU. Okay, so I'll be analyzing Euro USD also, but let's just first analyze gold here. So I think in JPY it's having 2 minutes here, 2 minutes left for this candle to close. Okay, looks like gold is just created a lower wick and moving up now. Let's see, nothing much in weekly, nothing much in daily also, because it's just consolidating at this point. Really cannot say anything. Okay, looks like in the 4 hour it's consolidating too. Let's see if we have clean range over here. Okay, so we have clean range on the left to the upside and the downside. Let's see. Okay, so let's just find some clean range to trade. Okay, so there's this range over here in gold. This is the clean range in which we can trade, and with the potential targets at this point. And I think there is this another range over here. It's around 28 pips. Yeah, that's a pretty good range. So below this we can also take a trade because we have this range over here of 25 pips. But the problem is, the main problem is that the stop loss will be big. Okay, looks like in 12 seconds this candle is closing here. Let's just switch to 30 minutes. 30 minutes is having 15 minutes left for close. 15-minute candle is about to close. 15-minute candle has just closed bullish. Alright, that's a good sign over here. Let's go to the 1 hour in which we are going to take a trade. So the 1 hour candle has just crossed above this level over here, and I think I'm going to execute a buy a little bit more. Okay, so I have just executed a buy over here. Now really anticipating for the price to move up. Let's see, and I'll be giving my stop loss under this 15-minute candle, which will be around 13.8 pips. So I'll be managing the stop loss at that point. Let's just go to the 1 hour. So really anticipating for the price to move up without coming down, at least to this area over here. Well, let's see if we just, in case it starts to come down, then we need to manage our risk also. So I think I'll be managing the risk in 5 minutes. So if this 5-minute candle breaks this low over here, then I'm going to cut my losses short here. When you're done, check this trade. I took It was risky but executed it trusting my analysis. Alright, so let me just check this. Okay, so GPJPY is coming down over here. So once it crosses below this area, I'll be closing half of the trade. Okay, so just close half of the trade here and minus 10 pips. GJ is just playing with us from yesterday. Look at this candle over here. It just went all the way up and now coming all the way down. Okay, 4-hour candle just retracing all the way back. Let's see. I still think that this should be going up by respecting the previous candle's low over here. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so let's just check this graph over here. So it looks like okay. So it looks like there was this consolidation over here and it just it closed kind of engulfing bearish candle but within the zone. Yeah, that's true. It made a liquidity grab to the upside, then it broke the low of the previous candle. We entered a short position there. That's correct. Entered short. Okay. Secured half at 5 pips. Secured another half at 6.5 pips. Putting the stop loss at break even as price crossed my full take profit at 10 pips. It went about 12 pips, but okay. Okay, so your analysis is absolutely correct. We have this clean range and you executed when this candle was coming down, so yeah, the trade is correct. Okay, so here's the thing. If this candle crosses below this low over here, I'm closing another half at that point. Here I have just closed another half at this point. Happiness Roots, good morning. Hey Arif, morning, morning. Thanks a lot. You've been very helpful. You're welcome. So now I really am trusting this setup over here in GPJPY, and I really think that it will be going up again. So if I'll be getting a chance to add my positions back into the market, then this will be the point. So once if we will be crossing above this area over here, then I'm going to add all the risk back I took off here. But let's see. The thing is, GJ just made the same move yesterday also. This just respected the previous candle's low, moving up all the way up, then rejected this area all the way down. Just playing with this since yesterday. So 6 minutes left for this 15-minute candle to close, and if we get the rejection within this candle to all the way up and it starts to break its own high, then that will be the point to add the whole risk back to the trade in the anticipation of moving up. And once we start to move up from this candle, then it should be a big candle. So 5-minute candle is about to close. Let's see. Okay, let's see what the indicators are saying. Okay, it still says that it's a buy. Can you explain why did you execute it on this trade? If you look on the left on 30 minutes at 154.340, it's respected resistance. Okay, so the reason, let me tell you the reason over here. So here's the thing. So I took this buy trade over here in the according to the 1 hour time frame, right? So all the time frames are really different. So when I take a trade according to the 1 hour, then I don't see the resistances on 30 minutes or 15 minutes, right? Because 1 hour time frame is more reliable than the 30-minute and the 15-minute. So you know, and since from the past I have been seeing this in GBJPY, and look at here also, whenever GBJPY moves up and it makes a little bit of retracement, and the next candle breaks the high of this bearish candle, then it always respects the market bias and it always moves up, right? So at this point also, there was the same thing happening over here. We had this resistance over here. The candle closed bigger with a bigger body, which shows us presence of volume in it, and the next candle just retraced back, closed bearish by rejecting this area over here. And when the next candle respected this low over here and break the previous candle's high, then that was the point. I thought that it should be moving up because we have this clean range to the left, right? The range is not so extremely clear because we have VIX also, but the thing is, I was really anticipating that the price should move up at least 10 pips because we have this 20 pips of range over here. But I think the probability was not there in this trade, so that's why it just rejected the area all the way down and it just starts to come down. So that's what happened in this trade over here. So it was executed according to the 1 hour time frame. Perhaps if it's NY open, maybe we expect a push up. Yeah, that's true. but the volume is there in the market at that point. It just rejected that area. You took the trade to fill the wick on the previous candle. Yeah, yeah, there was also a wick fill also, but that's far beyond this level. So it just rejected this area over here and starts to come down. Okay. I have just closed the full position at this point. So I lost around 12 pips in this trade. Okay. And I still think that it should be going up. I still think that. I really think that this is just retracing back a little bit and it should be moving up. So here's the thing. So now if the candle starts to go up and breaks this high over here or closes above this area, then at that point I will be more confident about the trade, because right now it's just playing with the traders, right? The market is just playing with us. So it's just coming down, moving up, and in this candle this candle can just reject this area and leave a long wick at this point. That can happen here because the previous candle also made some wicks over here. So if that doesn't happen, then maybe it can change the direction, but according to the left side it should be rejecting and moving up. So let's see how this candle is printing. How many lots you took in this trade? I took a 50-cent trade. So I lost around $60 here. Yeah, 58.56 to be very exact. The beauty is, if you can just manage the risk, then you can just stay, calm and be stress free. Because the thing is, in GPGPM there is my fixed lot of 50 cent. So I lost 12 pips, right? $60. So I know if the candle starts to break this area over here, then it has to move up. So at that point, I know that the market should be moving up at least 15 pips. Yeah. So if I get a chance to, say, grab 15 pips or 12 pips or anything above 10 pips, so at that point I'll be just, you know getting those losses back, and I'll be in profit a little bit, but I will be. But only if we will be starting to go up, because that's the scenario right now with me, because I really think that we will be going up. Let's see how the 1 hour looks like. Okay, so the 1 hour looks like it's just coming down over here. Let's see. Let's see. According to asymmetric strategy, GPJPY should go down. Yeah, I just saw that. just saw that, this area here. The thing is, if we look at this area, then it has just went up before going, it has just went up at this point, and right now I think the symmetry is incomplete right now. So we can see some sort of just consolidation here. That's why I was just looking for the buy trade here, because I was thinking that it should be going up to test this area and should be rejecting after that, but it just start to reject here only. Let's just check higher time frames here. Okay, so there is some interesting thing in 4 hour. I think I was trying to execute a trade at the resistance level in the 4 hour, near to the resistance area, and it just rejected that area. So now this 4 hour candle is just respecting this area over here, and I think that it should be going down now. I think, yeah, because whenever the candles rejected this area, it just went down. Same thing can happen again. You see, I'm a good student. Yeah, that's true. So 26 minutes left for the 1 hour candle to close. Okay, already took one trade, 12 pip loss. What a start for the day. You can get it back, don't feel down. No, I am not. I really am not feeling down. Just 12 pip loss. And look, I really, I don't try to get those losses back by forcing the trades in the market. If I get another high probability chance, and if that chance should be, very high probability setup. So if I get that chance, then only I'm going to enter this market again today, and if not, then I won't be executing any trades. So yeah, I don't force the trade, because that's the key. That's the In my course, you uh, the one who will be joining my course, those people will know that in my during the course I just say these things multiple times in every video and everything, that just don't overtrade, don't over risk, just take 1 or 2 trades a day in every video of that thing. So this is the key. If you want to keep your losses small and your wins big, then just go through this thing. Just keep your losses small. Exactly. EXP Gaming is right. Discipline. Discipline is the key. Okay, 24 minutes left over here for this candle to close. Let's see how the 5 minute time frame looks like. Okay, this 5 minute time frame looks like, okay, it can just go up and start to go down. Yeah, it can just go up, reject this area, and then it can start to go down. So if this can go up, then this means that in the 15 minute we will be seeing some sort of retracement, and then a move back down. But let's see. 30-minute candle is totally rejecting this area at this point. Okay, so gold is, I think, this is some sort of support here. It's respecting that area, created a high. Okay, I think this can be a really good trade in gold here. Stops are big. Let's see if we can just minimize the stops. Three-minute candle will be closing in 1 minute. This is a big range, 44 pips. Let's see higher time frames. Higher time frames looks like it can just move up. Let's see in the 30 minutes. 30 minutes looks clean. 1 hour looks clean. Let's go to the 3-minute chart over here, and I think this is our entry point. Okay, so previous three. So I think I'll be okay. 14 pip stops. That's also big stop over here. Let's see. 5-minute candle is about to close in few seconds. So 15-minute candle is having 5 minutes left to close. I think I'll be taking this trade with a small lot over here. I'll be taking this trade with small lot, and the idea is the market just went up. Okay, I have just took this trade over here, and I have just took small lot. Like if I take 50 cent lot, then I have just took 25 cent lot over here. So yeah, if anybody is taking this trade, then just use small lots in this trade, and I'll be keeping my stop loss under these 3-minute candles over here at this point, and take profit is all the way to the upside. 43 pips. It should be going up to test this high again. Is this clean for gold buy? Yeah, I have just took a buy over here. Gold TP please. Look, gold TP is extremely, it's your personal choice, but as I have just took a half lot size trade over here, then I'll be just waiting for gold to go all the way up. So my TP will be 43 44 pips in gold. Maybe I'll be closing half in 20 pips, but not before 20 pips. I'm not be closing any trade before 20 pips in gold right now, because uh, you know, as we can see in 15 minutes, this area is respected at this point. The previous candle closed bullish. This candle just broke the high of the previous candle, and it's moving up now. So I think that it should be going to test this high again, and that will be a wick fill in 4 hour. That would be a wick fill in 4 hour. So it will be filling its own wick in the 4 hour if it starts to move up. Look, GJ is also just rejecting this area over here. So whenever the stops are big, and look here, the confidence was high according to this setup, but the stop loss was big, right? So what I did was I just reduced my lot size to half. That helped me to enter this trade, and if I achieve this TP over here, then that will be equal to the full lot size trade profit. So that's how you should just take quick decisions whenever you see a good setup. I have just seen this setup a lot of time in working, and that's why I'm I have just entered this trade, and we have a huge range over here to fulfill. So really anticipating for the gold to move up. So 15-minute candle is about to close in 40 seconds. Let's see. Okay, so 30-minute candle will be having 15 minutes left to close. So if the next 15-minute candle pushes more up, then we will be seeing this 30-minute candle to go all the way up. Right now I am in 4 pips of profit. Look, GJ is just moving up. I really think it should be going up. I don't know why, but I have a gut feeling over here. GJ should be going up. Okay, 15-minute candle closed bullish. That's a good sign over here. So now we can really anticipate that the current 15-minute candle should be going up by taking the 30-minute candle more bullish. It's breaking the high of the previous candle, I think. Okay, so it has just broke the high of the previous candle. Let's see. Okay, so it's moving up now. I'm in 9.2 pips of profit already. So now I think this should be continue moving up all the way up. Well, let's see. So now what I'll be doing is, if this candle comes back to my entry point, I'll be closing half of the trade. Even though I have just used a half lot, but still I need to manage my risk properly. So now I'm in 10 pips. If anybody wants to close here, they can, but I'll be holding this trade all the way up. So now if this candle comes back to my entry point, then I'll be closing half of the trade because I need to lower down my risk more. So at the same time I'll be managing losses, and at the same time I'll be waiting for the goal to hit my target. 15 pips in profit right now. That's good. And now I really don't I'm not anticipating for the market to move down, so I'll just putting my stops at break even, and I have nothing to lose now at this point. So I'm really anticipating that gold should be going all the way up. TP is 1886.33. Yeah, you can say 1886.2233. Because the overall trend of gold is buy, so really look, GBP JPY rejecting this area. So since this candle has just gone all the way up, now I really don't anticipate and I really don't think that it should be coming down all the way down. If this candle coming all the way down, then there is some rejection zone over here which will force gold to go down. So by putting my stops at break even, I will be safe from getting stopped out, or I will not be losing anything. But on the other hand, if gold wants to go up and gold wants to fill the 4-hour candle wick, then it has to go all the way up. It has no option left at that point. So right now gold is trapped, not us. So we have just nothing to lose right now. Okay, GJ is moving up. That's a good sign over here. I think that will be the third trade for me to execute today. Because really, if this candle breaks this high over here, it will be moving up. Moved gold stop loss to break even on gold. Yeah, that's a good decision, because if anybody wants to, we usually book profits in 10 pips, right? And right now we are just 13 12 pips up already. So I'm just trusting my confidence that the gold should be moving up, right? So that's why I am just taking this risk over here. So anybody who wants to just book the profits, they can book and let the rest of the runner run. Let's see. So the 1 hour candle is just reversing all the way back, rejecting this whole area. Oh, thank you, Mr. Mohammed, for trusting me. Becomes a risk free trade that way. Yeah, that's true. I really like to lower down my risk a lot. But the thing is, this is gold, right? So 1 minute candle can just come all the way down and move up. So that's the issue with gold. Like the 5 minute candle is just coming down right now. Why is it important to have wick down if we wanna sell? Why is it important to have a wick down? Uh, I am not understanding, because that's really not important to have a wick down to sell. Okay. Now I get it. You are talking about range basically. Okay, so you are talking about this area. Okay, let me just explain this thing. So, if you want to sell or if you want to buy, then these wicks tells us is there is enough range for the next candle to move in that direction or not. Basically that. So supposingly this candle closed with no wick in the sell direction, right? And the next candle was not having any indication or room to go further, right? In most of the cases you will see that if the candle breaks the previous candle's low, like if there is no wick, it broke the previous candle's close area, right? And the 50-50, there is probability is 50-50 that it might go down or it might go up. So the probability is less in these kinds of candle. So that's why it's really important to have a wick up if you want to take a buy trade, and you should have a wick down if you want to take a sell trade. And Mr. Mohammed Kareem is absolutely right. To create a range, there is need of a wick. Okay, GJ is moving up, and I really am liking this candle over here in GBP I'm also holding trade with you. Oh, that's nice. So 5-minute candle is about to close in 50 seconds. And it's kind of a scary candle. But we have this support over here. So if gold wants to move up, then it has to respect this support area at this point. So this candle should be closing above this support, and next candle should be creating lower wick and should be moving up. Let's see if we close above this or not. So if we will be closing below this, then I'm going to close half of the trade in profit. This is important price over here. Okay, so the candle just closed above that area, then that means I can still hold the trade for long, even though the 5-minute candle just closed bearish. But really think that the current candle should be, respecting the previous candle's low and should be moving up. Thank you, Shaz. Thank you. Usually I don't put my stop loss at break even without booking the profits. But right now, as I'm just, you know, testing that how much long we can hold the trade, because the 4-hour candle should be filling this wick, and the trend of gold is by 30 minutes is also by 1 hour is also moving up, 15 minutes is also moving up. Every time frame is just bullish. So I want this candle, 5-minute candle, to break this high over here and just move up. Bullock is saying candle have to move down, candle have no wick on top. Oh, but that's not necessary in all, every case is different. Look at this. There is this support over here for these candles, and the previous candle just closed above this support over here. So this candle has to break this low to move down. So once this candle breaks the previous candle low, already I'll be closing the half of the trade in profit. Right now we are in, I think we are in 12 pips of profit already. right? And I am anticipating that this candle, the current 5-minute candle, should be breaking this high over here and continue moving up. If that doesn't happen and it starts to move down and break this low, then I'm going to close half. That's the case over here. So if you are talking about the Novik on the top, yeah, I have already noticed that thing when this candle finished. But the thing is, that's why I was just waiting for this candle. If this candle, closes below this area, this zone over here, then I would have just closed half of the trade. But this candle closed above this area, which means it has just respected this resistance over here, right? So if this candle is respecting this resistance over here, this support over here, then the next candle should be respecting this area also. And as you can see that the current 5-minute candle is just breaking above this high over here, and with volume it can just shoots up. That's the whole case right now. Because this is this is the movement of the market, so market always moves like this. But if this candle, and for both the cases I'm ready right now, if this candle breaks this low, closing the half, if this candle going up, then holding the trade. And after all, we have our stops on break even, so I have nothing to lose right now. I'm just ready to close half of the trade if this candle breaks the low. So 58 seconds left for this candle to close. To move up, it has to just reject this area and should be closing bullish. "24 seconds left. Anything can happen in these last seconds." I have just closed half of the trade in 5 pips of profit at this point. So now rest of the trade is just running. Okay, so the previous 5-minute candle just closed with no wick. GBP/JPY closed bullish. 30-minute candle, and let's see. Okay, so the 1 hour candle closed like this weak bullish candle. So the 30-minute candle just closed like this, creating a long wick to the upside. 1 hour candle also. Okay, so in 1 hour, I think there can be a wick fill at this point. So what should we do? Let's see. Currently in 6.6 pips of profit. 4 hour candle can be a wick fill also. 30-minute candle closed bullish, respecting this area. Should be moving up. Candle having no wick on the bottom, so I think with volume it should be good to go up. Okay. You know what? I'll be holding this trade. Let's see what will happen. Because gold has not closed in this 4 hour chart on this MT4 terminal here. So I really think that this wick should be filled. Currently running in 12 pips of profit. So this 5 minute candle is about to close in 30 seconds. Let's see if it can just push more up and closes above this area. GJ is kind of okay. 4 hour candle just moving up. Okay, so the 5 minute candle just closed bullish. You know, by looking at the symmetry thing, I think we should be closing this trade now. I am closing full trade here. I have just closed the full trade at this point. Because by looking at the symmetry, I think it is just retracing back and should be going down. And that will be a wick fill in 1 hour also. So yeah. It can still go up, but I really don't want it to take risk after seeing the symmetry thing. So trade 2 gold buy is 5 pips we captured in the first half of the trade, and I captured 8 pips in the second half of the trade. Okay, so GBJPY just moving up. It just crossed, it just made another support at this point. I think I will be taking a trade once GBJPY crosses above this level, or if I see some volume in this area, then I'll be executing a trade. So anybody who made some profits in gold, congratulations to all of you. Let's just try to capture this GJ trade also. So look, GBP JPY 1 hour candle is having no wick on the bottom, which means there is no selling pressure on GBP JPY. So if GBP JPY breaks this wick over here and starts to move up, then we know that since GBP JPY is not having any selling pressure on it, so it can just really starts to move up and continue moving up. Let's see in the 4 hour what GBP is saying. It looks like, let's see. It really looks like it should be moving up. Yeah, it should be moving up before going down. I think today there is going to be a lot of volume in the market. Yeah, I hope so, because if if there is no volume, then no trades can be, taken. This gold trade was a very good trade here. We just about, we reached around 16 17 pips of profit. Okay, so in gold we have this clean range here, and the previous candle just closed bullish, and if the current candle starts to break the low of the previous bullish candle over here, then I think this could be a really good sell opportunity at that point, and the target should be here. So the range will be around 50 pips. But the thing is, whenever you have a bigger range in gold, that means your stops is going to be bigger also. So to manage our stops, we really need to switch down the time frames to the lower time frames, and in the lower time frames we should be, managing our stops. So 15-minute candle is about to close in 2 minutes. So the 15-minute candle just closed bearish in gold, and 1 hour candle is rejecting in JPY. 30-minute candle rejecting that area also. 15 minute is rejecting that area and coming down. So previous 15-minute candle just closed bullish. There is really no clean range in JPY. This range is not enough. I think this symmetry is similar to this symmetry over here, and right now it just came down, rejected that area, and some sort of consolidation is happening. That's what happened here also, and then there was a clean move to the upside. So there should be a clean move to the downside if this is following this area over here. Okay, so guys, I think let's take a leave from the London session because the market, I don't see a good market running right now, because and I have just already took 2 trades in this session also, so that would be great. Let's meet in the New York session. But before going, what do you think about this trade I took on gold this morning? Okay, let's just check this trade out. Okay, so this is gold 15 minutes chart over here. So price respect 1873 zone. That's correct. Candle closed bearish. Buys above 1875.6 at 5-minute time frame. Breaks the level with entry of London volume SL on 1873. Okay, so I think you took this buy when this 15-minute candle or something in 5-minute time frame just broke above this level. Let's say this 15-minute candle broke above this level, and you have this clean area to the left, so there was room for gold to execute, for to go buy. I think, yeah, this trade idea is good, but what you could have done is you could have just take this as an impulse entry, because I think right now your stops is way bigger, I think more than 20 pips at this point, right? So if your stops are really big, then what you can do to reduce them is you could have just shifted your stops below this 15-minute candle and take this trade as an impulse entry in the 15-minute time frame, because the previous 15-minute candle just closed bearish with a small bearish body and a big wick rejection. And as you can see, we have rejected earlier this area also. So once this 15-minute candle breaks above the high of the previous 15-minute candle, then that was the point to execute trade, which you have did. But the problem is you just kept your stops way far away. So you could have just put your stops below the current candle, took this as an impulse entry, and secured maximum profit out of this trade. Yeah, but this analysis is really good. So from the next time, just make sure that you have small stops, or just put them below the current candle if that that does make sense, because right now 20 pip stops is really big. Sometimes we take that risk, but but most of the times we should try to minimize our stops. So guys, let's take a leave from here and let's meet in the New York session. I'll be doing New York streams today, so let's meet there. Okay guys, take care everybody, and thank you for being online with me.